predicting the first-round matchups in the 2026 WWE Queen of the Ring tournament. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. WWE announced the brackets for both the 2026 King and Queen of the Ring tournaments on the Clash in Italy post-show. Jade Cargill won the 2025 tournament and faced then WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam like last year. The first round will consist of 4 fatal four-ways featuring stars from both Raw and SmackDown. Officials certainly made some interesting decisions, as Women's World Champion Liv Morgan was put into the tournament instead of defending her title. New Women's Intercontinental Champion Sol Ruca was also included. Putting current title holders in fatal four-ways is certainly an odd choice. WWE could obviously set up future challenges for each title with what transpires in each match. But what about women who weren't used? Here are predictions for the first-round matchups of the 2026 Queen of the Ring tournament. WWE didn't want to book Morgan to defend her title, so they thrust her into the 2026 tournament instead. She's declared herself to be the greatest women's champion of all time, and said that's the reason why she is in this year's tournament. Defending the title would actually prove that point. Joining her are Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, and Chelsea Green. This pairing is all about Morgan, so it would be a shock if she lost. Bliss and Green are in the match to be pinned because officials don't consider Bliss a priority. Green is one of the biggest fan favorites and is turning face, but they probably wouldn't give her a big win over names like Lynch and Morgan. Booking a victory for either Green or Bliss would be an intriguing option, but that doesn't play much in WWE in 2026. For that reason, and the lack of activity around her title, this one is the easiest to predict. Like the first matchup, WWE put a current title holder into the tournament in Sol Ruca. She just won the Women's Intercontinental Championship and is immediately included in an opportunity to potentially win another title shot. It's another massive sign of how bookers favor her over other newer stars. She faces Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill, who have been feuding on SmackDown over the last month. Lyra Valkyria is the odd woman out and could use the win more than any of the others in this pairing. It'd be nice for WWE to do more with her, but she'll probably be pinned to protect everyone else. Ruca should not be winning this by any means. Cargill has been in the title picture and won the whole thing last year. Flair will probably advance over Bliss. The Storm can then cost the Queen in the next round to set up a match at a future PLE. IYO Sky clashes with Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Lash Legend. This comes down to IYO Sky and Roxanne Perez. WWE could do something interesting with Perez, since there's definitely some tension in the Judgment Day between Morgan and the Prodigy. Roxanne proved her loyalty to the group by hitting Finn Balor with the ring hammer in a match, but it still feels like Morgan doesn't trust her. Perez could have won a singles title, but WWE kept her in the tag division. Officials have booked Julia terribly, despite giving her 2 runs as the Women's United States champion. Nothing that's happened lately suggests that will change in the Queen of the Ring tournament. What should happen is that Sky advances and potentially wins due to how she's been booked as a side player for much of the last year. She's the biggest name in the group, and Lash Legend is better suited to the tag division. Bayley can't escape the Judgment Day. WWE just can't help but shove Bayley and the Judgment Day against each other yet again with these Queen of the Ring pairings. She'll tangle with Raquel Rodriguez, JC Jane, and Kiana James in the first round. James is the only one who doesn't have much of a case, despite wowing fans over the last 2 months in her losing efforts. Sol Ruca has done the same in her losses, but has been pushed beyond the moon. Rodriguez could win to potentially set up a Judgment Day showdown, but that doesn't help anyone other than the group. She also destroyed Stephanie Vacker's reign as champion with 5 opportunities at the belt. Liv Morgan reveals why she is in the Queen of the Ring tournament despite being a current world champion. Liv Morgan is the Women's World Champion, and despite that, she is entering the WWE Queen of the Ring tournament this year. The oddity is due to the fact that the winner of the tournament gets a match against the world champion of their assigned brand at SummerSlam. Liv Morgan will be in the Queen of the Ring tournament this year and has a huge matchup ahead as she takes on Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, and Chelsea Green. That itself is a major assessment of the state of the Raw women's division. Not due to the lack of talent, but seemingly the lack of initiative from management to set up a new contender, while also a lack of initiative from superstars to step up to the plate. What do the Queen of the Ring brackets look like beyond Liv Morgan's match? We reiterate the fact that the winner of the QOTR will face the world champion of their assigned brand at SummerSlam. So a winner from Raw will compete for the Women's World title, while a winner from SmackDown will compete for the WWE Women's title. Liv Morgan simply stated that the women in the Raw division are but not dumb. She wants to add another major accomplishment to her Hall of Fame level resume. The entire Queen of the Ring tournament is an interesting one this time, as it comprises 4 fatal 4-way matches. On the same side of Liv Morgan's bracket, there will be a fatal 4-way match between Sol Ruka, Lyra Valkyria, Charlotte Flair, and Jade Cargill. On the other side, Roxanne Perez will take on Io Sky, Julia, and Lash Legend, while that side of the bracket will finish with Bayley versus Raquel Rodriguez versus JC Jane versus Kiana James. It's a stacked tournament filled with some of the biggest names in all of WWE. What's interesting is that Stephanie Vaquer is not in the tournament. While Vaquer most certainly deserves a break for the incredible last 12 months she has had, one has to wonder what the plans are for her creatively on Raw. Either way, we're set to get a massive tournament with several dream clashes happening. The format appears to be that each match has 2 Raw stars and 2 SmackDown stars. It will be 7 matches in total, and we can presume that it will culminate at the end of this month in Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions 2026. It's certainly a bizarre situation for Morgan, because she hasn't had any proper title defense since winning the Women's World Championship a month ago. Compare that to Rhea Ripley, who has essentially had JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Lainey Reed, Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Myken on her plate. While Liv Morgan has taken a big decision on her immediate Wii future. The current Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan, revealed the reason for a huge decision regarding her Wii future. Liv Morgan has been with the WWE since 2015. Throughout her tenure, Morgan has won multiple Women's World and Tag Team titles. The 31-year-old star has been having a great 2026 as well. She won the Women's Royal Rumble this year and also captured the Women's World title at WrestleMania 42 by defeating Stephanie Vaquer. However, Liv Morgan has had only one televised match since WrestleMania 42 on an episode of Raw against Sol Ruka. She has yet to defend her Women's World title despite holding it for more than a month now. Meanwhile, Morgan has surprisingly decided to enter this year's Queen of the Ring tournament while already being the Women's World Champion. Many fans on the internet have been questioning Liv's decision because the winner of the tournament will be getting a title opportunity, and Liv is already holding a title. Liv Morgan on why she is competing in the Queen of the Ring tournament this year. A fan on the X social media platform questioned Liv Morgan why she is in the Queen of the Ring tournament when the winner of the tournament will face a champion. Morgan replied by giving a rundown of her achievements in the WWE and claimed that there are no challengers for her Women's World title because they are afraid to challenge her. Gladly. I, the Liv Morgan, am a 3-times world champion, 4-times tag team champion, inaugural crown jewel champion, MITB winner, Rumble winner, and I have no challengers for my WWC because everyone is too scared to challenge me. Also, I have the most dominant faction in all of WWE watching my back, so I totally get it, Liv wrote. Liv Morgan further explained that she decided to enter the Queen of the Ring tournament because she is better than everyone else and wants it all. These girls are but they're not dumb. So me being the hardworking go-getter that I am, have decided to enter and win the QOTR tournament because I am better than everyone else and I want it all. Do you understand now? Morgan stated. It will be interesting to see if Liv Morgan manages to win the Queen of the Ring crown while also holding the Women's World title. WE legend on what went wrong with Danhausen's AEW run. Tony's probably more about the wrestling most popular stars in WWE today. Since his debut in February, fans have been enjoying his run in the Stamford-based promotion. The former AEW star has become a top merchandise seller for WWE over the course of the period. Recently, a legend gave his thoughts on why Dan couldn't reach such heights in All Elite Wrestling. Tony Khan had Danhausen on his roster from 2022 to 2026. However, the 35-year-old was off AEW and ROH TV for all of 2024 and 2025. Following that lackluster run, Dan requested his release from All Elite Wrestling. His run with the Jacksonville-based promotion was filled with ebbs and flows, where he failed to make a significant impact. WWE legend Jim Ross recently talked about Danhausen's AEW run on the Grilling JR podcast. He highlighted that Tony Khan is inclined towards the wrestling side of sports entertainment. Meanwhile, WWE wants to focus on the revenue part. Therefore, the 35-year-old couldn't make any waves in AEW, something that he has done in the Stamford-based promotion. Good for him. He's a young guy. And if he was ever going to have a legit chance to become a star, this is it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure now he wishes he had moved on that persona. He did, but he didn't. And now it's just too late. I think Tony's probably more about the wrestling, and I think WWE is more about the revenue. That's an interesting analogy. Can't say as I disagree with it, said Jr. Nikki Bella asked Danhausen to curse other WWE stars. Nikki Bella has been out of action from WWE due to an injury. However, she is well aware of Danhausen's curse. Recently, the former Divas champion was asked who she would like to see Dan curse next in the Stamford-based promotion. As some teams she would like to see getting cursed by the former AEW. Star and one my sister and Paige goes up against, Nikki told Sports Illustrated, when asked who she'd like to see Danhausen hex next. Can we start with Judgment Day? The irresistible forces are calling them out, said Bella,